Hey guys, you guys know the story of Gamla, the Masada of the North? You know the story of Masada. Do you know the story of Mount Arbel? The fortress, of course, is behind me. What a place where the Galilean zealots withstood an impossible force, a Roman Empire that was so vicious that it would not relent until all the Jewish people, men, women, children, were killed, and all of Israel was blotted out from the map and from the pages of history. We just came from an ancient Jewish synagogue right here in Arbel, over that way. It was really the 4th century, with pews, with columns. Down below us, Sea of Galilee. Of course, there we have Magdala, with the ancient synagogue that we know that for certain the Master had come and spoken, as he spoke in all of the synagogues of the Galilee. But what is this fortress? What is this place? Dug into the very mountain is the cave dwellings with cisterns, with water, with food, animals. These were of course not gaping open, they were well fortified with arrow slits. And who was the leader? Well, a man named Judah the Galilean. This man was one of the zealots. That's right, the Galilean zealots. You've heard of the Sicarii rebels, cloak and dagger. We know that the Hashmonaean kings, that's right, the Maccabees, they led this rebellion. They led this revolt. Sadly, Judah the Galilean did not. He who formed the 4th sect, right? You remember the Essenes? He formed what's called the 4th sect because he was able to rally temple to Zeus. They were trying to turn our temple into a temple to Zeus. Not cool. Of course, later the Romans wanted to do an abomination of desolation. You know, we read this in the war scroll about what they did in order to fight against these Romans. Here in this fortification, isn't this amazing? Back in 66 to 73 was the last of the revolt. And really, this place was surrounded by Romans. They would not relent. They surrounded it down at the bottom. They surrounded it at the top. Of course, there's the ancient Hebrew writing in some of the cisterns. They had the mikvahs here, like you have everywhere. What happened is, Judah, the Galilean, and his group of zealots, theocratic nationalists who said, we're not about to surrender to a bunch of paganism. No, not cool. You've heard of Crassus, you've heard of Marcus Antonius, you've heard of Vespasian's forces, you've heard of the 10th Legion, you've heard of the war machine. What they did, of course, you can see better here, they went to the very top, took that, surrounded the bottom, and eventually, of course, lowered down these trusses, shot flaming arrows in through these little holes, which were few, but we had little holes like this, you see? Arrow slits, shoot arrows in, use catapults, and truly destroy this. One of the last stands, the very last stand was Masada. Everyone thought there would be no more Jewish presence, there would be no more Israel. But you know what? Even those 2 zealots that followed Yeshua, who walked down this trail, the fortification has fallen, but you know what? God has spared and protected Israel, and it's still here to tell the story. We have returned to the promised land.
Practical, biblical education and training for Christians around the world, serving the people and land of Israel with unconditional love and an uncompromising faith. Please make your donation today. Your monthly gift is a commitment with us in blessing Israel, blessing God. The Aliyah Return Center.